Okay, so to talk about parenting this morning, that is parenting the boy child for a better tomorrow, we're joined by Joy Abu, a broadcaster and certified child coach who has a passion and love for children with emphasis on training. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you. It's good to have you once again. Good to be here.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so when people talk about parenting the boy child, some people feel, yeah, but I'm doing my best. I'm raising my son. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Okay.
Before we even talk about the steps parents are to take when they have a son and raise him right to be a full-grown, responsible man, let's talk about the importance. Why is it so important in the first instance?
Okay, the importance is the fact that over the years, our forefathers have taught the boys, now men, supremacy, and that has brought a whole lot of issues where you have the girl child, and that's part of what the society is facing today. Now, it's important we start training our boy children that, okay, you know what, this is not all about supremacy. It's about you being human. It's about you being yourself. That's where we are taking this whole thing from, so that it will help us, because 80% of the challenges the girl child is going to is as a result of the boy child not properly taught. Yes.
80%?
80%.
Yeah, I guess that's why they say woe to men. Okay,
exactly.
so now let's talk about how a boy child can be properly trained.
Okay.
Please run us through some of them.
Firstly, you teach them empathy.
Empathy.
Yes. Once they have empathy, they will see the girl child as part of them, and that's where love and respect comes into play. You know, over the years, we've had boys being trained as being tough and all of that. You're not letting them have emotions and all of that. But now we are trying to rephrase it that, you know what, teach them empathy, teach them respect. Once they have that, they have emotions. And once they start loving the girl child as themselves, they will not tend to hurt the girl child. So you see that a whole lot of things is boiled down to the empathy, the respect, and the emotions they pour out towards the girl child. So that's why it's really important we emphasize on those three things: empathy, respect, and emotions.
Empathy, respect and emotions. In what way can a boy be taught to respect the female?
It starts from the home front. It starts from you teaching your boy child. Now, the thing is, we have taught our girl children to be princesses, to talk like princesses, to be polite and all of that. And we are not doing that to the boy child. Now, the boy child just grows up knowing that I'm a man. I'm growing into a man and all of that. But once you start teaching them the place of respect, bringing them to the place of, you know what, you have to say thank you, you have to be polite in the way you talk and all of that. So it helps them know that, okay, this is a culture I have to imbibe inside of me. And then when you teach them empathy towards one another, now that helps them in such a way that whatever they are doing to their girl child, it feels like I'm doing it to myself. So they are conscious in whatever they are doing. So it all starts from the home front. It starts from parents being conscious in putting that idea, like, you know what, learn to be respectful, learn to do things politely.
Now, Joy, I believe there are so many posts about this.
Yes.
There have been so many talks about it.
Yes.
However, looking at a mother of a boy child, if the mother says, okay, I know I'm supposed to raise my son to be respectful, to be empathetic and all, but how exactly do I do it? Is it by ensuring that, you know, like there was actually a reel I saw on social media where this mom was showing her son therapy via shopping, as women do, retail shopping, buying clothes, so that tomorrow it will not say his woman is spending too much time shopping, or making sure her son learns to wait when she's getting ready. So tomorrow it will not be impatient and be saying, aren't you ready yet? You know, all those kind of, what are those specifics?
Now, I love the fact that you're bringing those ideas. I am a mother of a boy, so I've learned over the years that men have this inner attitude in them that they tend to want to overshadow their female counterpart despite the age difference. But then I deliberately made it a point of duty. Those things that matter a lot. I'll give a very typical example. Anytime I'm sleeping and my son wants to eat, he doesn't have to wake me to go dish his food. He has to go by himself, get the food, because he realizes the fact that I need that rest.
How old is he?
He's going to 7 by December.
Oh. And he's dishing his own
Yes,
food.
yes, and he does that.
Nice.
So those are the little things to make them understand that now this is the home front. there is time for the place of rest. There is time for responsibility. Now, you talked about patience. If that child grows up now, he will understand the fact that patience is key. And so in whatever he's doing, he would, even in the place of workforce and all of that, he would imbibe that attitude of patience. So it's a deliberate effort. You teach them patience from the home front. You teach them those little things. It's far beyond them going to cook. Now we are talking about attitude, we are talking about morals, we are talking about discipline, we are talking about the fact that when the boy child misbehaves, you imbibe strict disciplines that works according with the kind of personality he is. Yeah.
Okay, so these days, simps have been trending, where a man who is being loving, who is respectful, who is empathetic, especially to his spouse, is simply called a simp.
Okay.
However, there are some instances where certain things are mentioned that men do that even as a woman, you'll be like, okay, this is too extra.
Okay.
How can you create that balance so much so that the child does not become, and in quotes, bolo?
Okay.
Still a man, still able to manage the situations, be kind, be respectful, be empathetic and all, and yet not like...
Firstly, you teach them self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem is key when you're raising a boy child.
Yes.
Now, that distinguishes him in whatever he's doing, whether he's taking care of his spouse, doing the shopping, in as much as he has this inner self-esteem inside of him, he knows that he's just doing his duties. And then you teach men to be emotional, to let go their emotions. You see, sometimes you see that men that do those things are doing it because they want to please.
Yeah.
It's not that they are doing it, it's not what was inbuilt in them. But a man who has been tortured from day one to have self-esteem and to be emotional knows that I'm doing these things because this is me. This is my space. And that's why we are trying to correct that notion that when you see a man doing these things, he's not a weakling. He's doing it because he's trying to reverse the opposite of the supremacy men have had over the years concerning their spouses. So that's it. Self-esteem is key.
Yeah, so that's for those who keep calling certain kind of men simps. There's no such thing as...
Exactly, there is none like that.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Jo.
you,
it's always a pleasure having a conversation.
Thank you, I'm always available. Thank you.
And thank you as well for watching Parenting This Morning on Wake Up Nigeria. We have to take a break. When we return, there's a conversation loading. You want to watch out for that.